Hey, welcome to Talk Shit Radio Network, everyone. You're listening to Talk Shit Radio. Hey, I apologize to everyone about the last couple nights and not broadcasting. It's been a little rough. We're going through some changes, as my last episode said. We are going to be switching the time over from the evening show at 7 o'clock at night till about 8 o'clock. We're going to go to about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to start the show to about 8:45. It's a little easier for me. It's a better time slot for the show. Also, I have other shows that I want to replace that time slot at 7 o'clock at night for. Again, we are going to be changing the name of the show from Talk Shit Radio Network, which is TSRN, to Regulate Florida Radio Network, RFRN. And we're going to be talking more about the prohibition of cannabis and the legalization of it. It is on the ballot, so I do want to congratulate all of those who did make this possible to make this and happen. And just remember, everyone, we got to get out there and vote in order for it to work. Saturday, as everybody knows, I was hired to do a job at Gasparilla, and I went down there and I did the job. Took about close to 4,000 pictures, probably about 8 hours worth of video, and by my own mistake, I released my rights to the video without getting paid, and to the pictures without getting paid. But I did make it very clear to the gentleman at AGW Promotions that if I don't get paid, I'm going to come down to Miami and I'm going to break his fucking legs. So I was supposed to get a check overnighted to me on Monday, and I haven't gotten an email or anything from him. So I'm going to assume that he thinks that I'm playing games. Well, I know he listens to the radio show, so if you hear this, expect the unexpected, pal. That's all I got to tell you. Gasparilla, we'll talk about that now, was fucking believable. First time I ever went. And it was quite an entertaining gig. I could see why so many people... what the hell's going on here? Okay, sorry, I had my shit upside down. I could see why so many people go down there and have a good time. I have not seen a bigger concentration of drunks in my life. A lot of people were drunk, public intoxication. They probably wrote so many damn tickets for it. And I'm sure they only wrote the tickets for the public intoxication for those who were being stupid in the public and being intoxicated. It was interesting. There was a lot of people smoking cannabis down there, which was nice to see. I like to see that. I always like to see that. I do want to thank Officer Kerr, my probation officer, for allowing me to go down and do that, because without her, I wouldn't have been able to experience that and get it done. So it was definitely an awesome thing on her part. She's been absolutely an incredible probation officer, I have to say. For those of you that, get put on probation here in Hernando County, she's the one you want, I'll be honest with you, because, listen, she does her job, she's thorough at her job, but she does not fuck around, you know what I'm saying? She does it exactly how she's supposed to do it, and she's fair, she's lenient when she has to be, she's tough when she has to be. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm thankful that I have somebody like her as a probation officer. She's been really great. She's set me straight, you know what I mean? Told me what's going to be done, and how it's going to be done, and how I'm going to do it, which is fine. I mean, I'm on probation, and I have to abide by their rules, so I do. But again, I just want to thank her for being the person that she is and being as nice as she was to me and as nice as she is to me. I go Thursday for my 4th appointment, and then I only have 2 more months after that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being off probation and just living my life the way I want to live it and the way that I do my life. It's going to be interesting. I've been sober now for 4 months, and that's been a really interesting thing. It's been pretty cool. It's weird. I gotta explain to you. It's definitely weird being messed up in the head for so many years and being high for so many years and then going to sobriety. It's opened my eyes to a lot of things. It's made me realize a lot of things, and it's made me want to change a lot of things in my life. So I mean, it is what it is. So we're gonna move on from there. But Gasparillo is absolutely fucking believable. Like I said, it was a interesting experience. I think everybody should experience it at least once in your life. But just remember, there are laws. You can get an indecent exposure ticket. There was, I'm pretty sure there was a few of those handed out. And, let's face it, you can get a public intoxication ticket if you're being stupid. For the most part, I mean, it's a beer fest and it's a big party, so they want you to have a good time. But, you have to think about what you're doing and be responsible. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Be responsible, party hard, but don't be stupid about it, Situation that went on here in Spring Hill the other day was quite interesting. Apparently, there was a couple who lost their third kid, second kid. I don't know. They ain't got no more kids anymore. Well, the girl don't got no kids anymore because she lost them to some piece of shit. And his name is Brett. And they're on the run now. And apparently, from what I understand, they're down in Miami-Dade County running from the law because he beat the shit out of her, and the father went after them, and it was a big to-do. I know they were speeding down Spring Hill Drive. You'll have to excuse me, I don't have any information in front of me. I'm doing the show from my mobile phone, and I'm sitting in a parking lot right now in my daughter's car. So I don't have any news in front of me, but I did want to at least get a show posted for tonight. I did want to let everybody know that I will be switching, and I'm not sure what time. I know what time. It's going to be 8 o'clock in the morning till 8:45 in the morning, and that's also going to change too. That's probably going to go to a full hour here soon, but we'll take it as we'll cross that bridge as we get there. But I'm pretty sure, the shows are going to be hit and miss for the rest of the week. And then starting next week, come Monday, I'll be going live 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'll do the show in the morning. Like I said, it's just a better time slot for me and probably a better time slot for a lot of my listeners, a lot of my faithful listeners that were with us when we originally started. We started at 7 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock in the morning, and we had a really big audience. We had, a good following at that time slot. So I'm going to try and do the best I can. And we're going to keep broadcasting and keep rocking. Now, the one thing I want to tell you is I'm really excited to be working with Michael Minardi with Regulate Florida Radio. It's going to be a really cool situation. I'm excited about changing the name of the radio station from Talk Shit Radio Network to Regulate Florida Radio Network. I don't know if some of you, are going to be happy with that. Nothing's really going to change. The shows will still go on as planned. Still going to broadcast like I usually do. Talk Shit Radio might be its own radio show on Regulate Florida Radio Network. So we'll see how it goes. Or, I might just let Talk Shit Radio go. And, we'll see how it goes. I'll take it as it comes. Again, like I said, weather's been real nice. It's 80-something degrees outside right now. Which brings me to air conditioning and heating. If you guys need some air conditioning work and some heating work, please PM me. I got a real good company that I've been doing business with. It's AC Magic Heating and Air Conditioning. I don't have any other information. I apologize. I don't have the phone number, so please PM me. I will get you that phone number and their address and everything so you can, give them a call and they'll take care of you. My friend Danielle, make sure you get taken care of. They're not out to screw anybody. That's the good thing about this company. She's been in business a long time and they're out to be in business, not to, screw anybody out of their money. So that's the beauteous about it. And I won't work with anybody that's like that. So let's just make that clear. Excuse me. like I've been saying, we're moving moving the show to the different time slot, and that's to make room for other shows that I'm going to be producing. And we have Sovereign Citizen Radio that's going to be coming up here soon. It was supposed to start on the 20th of January, but I've been so busy with producing other things and doing all the other shit that I've been doing that I haven't really had a chance to get it done. So we're going to try and get that going as soon as possible, and we'll be bringing you that. And really what that's all about is just teach you your sovereign citizen rights, your rights as an American citizen, and try to give you a little history about the country and the basis of what it was founded on, and so on and so forth. It has to do with cannabis legalization, which is the main goal of our radio network, is to promote the legalization of cannabis and to continue educating people. Now, that's not to say once we do win in November, and we've got a long time until November, let's face it, once we do win the election in November and we do get the cannabis legalized, it's just going to bring a whole different subject of things to talk about, and just a bunch of other subjects that we'll have to be able to discuss. So, and it's going to continue to be about education and what you can use cannabis for, what you shouldn't use it for, and I mean really, there's nothing you shouldn't use it for, as far as I'm concerned. I did spend some time gathering some research that I'm going to bring into my counseling class, because I really believe that they need to be educated on some of the things that they're talking about. And when I say educated about some of the things they're talking about, they need to be able to spit the truth out of their mouths, and that's the main thing. I mean, they're preaching how bad drugs are, and listen, don't get me wrong, drugs are bad, but cannabis is not one of those drugs. Cannabis is a medicine. Cannabis is not a pharmaceutical medicine. So therefore, it's probably the only thing out there that I would endorse. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because I take my baclofen, I take my gabapentin, and I take my Ropidine, or Risperdal, or whatever the fuck that shit's called. But it's for my RLS, and that's only because I can't take my cannabis. The cannabis really helps my RLS. It helps me sleep, helps me with anger, helps me with aggression, helps me with depression, helps me with anxiety. So, I just replaced the cannabis with prescription pills, because that's all I'm allowed to take. And I have my prescription for Marinol, which I continue to take, and that helps quite a bit. I have an insurance company that will cover it. It's $80 a month, or $80 for the first month, and it's $30 every month after that. And they give you 3 months supply at a time. So, I mean, you can't beat that deal. It's a really sweet deal. And for those of you that are on probation and you want to continue to be able to enjoy the benefits of cannabis, then I can also hook you up with a doctor that will give you a medical recommendation for the use of cannabis and write you a prescription for Marinol. And again, I don't have his information in front of me, but if you guys are interested in that, you go ahead and you private message me on my Facebook page. My Facebook page obviously is Lewis Kennedy, and if you just Google search Talk Shit Radio Network, you can hit me up on there, Talk Shit, Talk Shit Radio, any of those, you'll find me. That I guarantee you. My account is associated with everything. So, I mean, like I said, it's not going to be a long show again. I really don't have much that I can discuss outside of what I know in my head. But, I do want to educate everybody. I do want to help everybody. So, again, if you guys are looking for a medical recommendation for cannabis, PM me, send me an email, kennedystudiosfl@gmail.com. We'll go ahead and we'll get you set up with Dr. Galano, and he will take care of you. It's a real simple process. It's real inexpensive. And then, being that, most insurance doesn't cover Marinol, I have an insurance company that will cover it. They will only cover it with this recommendation. So, again, I mean, if you're looking to get your medical recommendation and get on Marinol, then go ahead and hit me up, and we'll help you out to do so. Now, one thing I did find out, and this is what really this cracks me up about probation, and I don't know if anybody else knows. I'm pretty sure that they're just going on what their boss told them, and so on and so forth. But at first they told me, oh, well, they're going to test my levels of THC, and they're going to test the type of THC that's in my blood. Now, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but there's two types of THC. You got THCV and you got THC. THCV is the active compound in cannabis. THC is the active chemical in Marinol. Unfortunately, for those who say that they're going to test for THCV and THC, I'm pretty sure that they are unaware that there's one lab in the country that does it. And the price of that test is probably, well, the last I checked, it's about $20,000. So if the county wants to spend $20,000 on me every month, that's fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. I mean, you do what you got to do. I'm clean. I ain't sweating it. I'm taking my prescriptions. So that's where we fall with that. So, yeah, I just thought it was funny. And I mean, with that said, I'm sure there are a few out there going, hey, well, then I can continue smoking if they're not going to test it. There might be that one incident where they test you for the THCV, might cost them $20,000, but I guarantee they're not testing anybody else for quite some time, because I'm pretty sure it takes them quite some time to recover that 20 G's. So, like I said, it is what it is. If that's what they want to do, then so be it. But that's about all I got. I'll try and we'll try and get back on track. Like I said, we'll get the show back up and running and do things the way that everybody wants them done, and broadcast you Talk Shit Radio like it was intended. And then once we switch the network over to Regulate Florida Radio Network, then so be it. So I appreciate everybody who's listening. I appreciate everybody who has followed us and stayed with us from day one. Thanks, everyone. I'm your host, Louis Kennedy. You are listening to Talk Shit Radio Network. And take care.